Character bios in video games are always something that I've really enjoyed. Being able to learn a little more about the character helps humanize them and can help me relate to them instead of this character just being someone that I control in a game. A great example of this is in 2011 Sonic Generations. If you don't know who Sonic is, then you must have been living under a rock for the past 33 years, but basically Sonic runs really fast and also has a very cocky attitude, but that's besides the point. In Sonic Generations, you're able to go into what's called the collection room and view a biography about Sonic and all of the different characters in the game. These biographies can help give some backstory into who these characters are and their motivations for what they do. In-game, we're able to see how certain characters react to different obstacles in their way, but we may not know their full history until reading into these biographies. Like Knuckles, for example. He protects a jewel of unlimited power known as the Master Emerald. Just playing the game, he literally never mentions this, so it's good to implement a way for the player to help understand who the character is. Now, let's turn our attention back to TF2. In-game, we really have no idea who we are playing as and why these guys are fighting. Like, yeah, his name's the Scout, but what does that even mean? There's no mention of the Gravel Wars, the Man Brothers besides during Scream Fortress, not even a mention of who controls the robots in Man vs. Machine. The most we get is learning that we are fighting against a bunch of murderous robots, which I think we can easily understand that. If we turn our attention to www.teamfortress.com/classes.php?class=scout#movie, wow, that's a lot, we can find quick character bios on the 9 classes that you can play as in the game, which is certainly helpful, but that's really all that it gives us. No context to who Saxton Hale, Miss Pauling, the Man Brothers, really any other characters in the game are. Just because we don't play as them, they are still integral to the story of the game. Also, these bios are not even in the game. I had to go to a source outside the game to locate the biography of these characters. There are so many different characters in the comics that are never mentioned in game that I would love to learn more about, but I have to read so many different comics and some characters just get overlooked. Do you know who this kid is? His name is Little Jack. Wanna know what he did? He killed Old Nick, a Swiss Miss mascot, by stabbing him in the throat with an icicle. Well, morbid. I had no idea he was a character and would have loved to learn about him, but I never knew who he was because I never read the comics, which are outside resources that are needed to know about who his character is. All this exposition is to pose the questions. What if we added these biographies into the game? What would they look like? And how would they go about expanding the roster of characters we get to learn about? Well, luckily for you guys, I've just spent the past few hours making mock-ups, so let's take a look. My proposed idea is to put some tab on the bottom of the main menu. If we click into any of these other buttons, like in the upper left or the bottom right, they just open up a small menu on screen, but don't take us to a separate screen. Clicking on Find a Game does not make too much sense to put it in since we are not trying to join a game, so I figured the bottom left next to the items in the shop is the best place to put it. Clicking into this tab, we are immediately shown the main 9 classes, indicated by the tab being called Main. As we can see at the top, we are told to select a character to learn more about them. Hovering over one of these classes makes the character icon now have color instead of being grayed out. Clicking into it brings up the character you selected, their name is at the top of the page, and we can read a short little biography about them. I put the TF2 logo behind the character just to spice the page up a bit. Another thing you can do is go down there and click that subscribe button. Anyways, if we go and click the tab that says secondary, we are shown more characters that are not playable, but are in the game. Now, these characters range from being extremely important to the game to barely being shown, but have some significance. Again, by highlighting and clicking on one of the characters, we can see their name, picture, and a short biography about the character. Now, the third tab is one that I really like. If we click on the Comics tab, we are brought into a tab that is supposed to be styled like a comic book. We see several different characters throughout the TF2 comics, and if Valve ever decided to make more comics, then there would be an opportunity to create more comic book panels, if you will. Also at the bottom there is a link that could lead to the official TF2 Comics website, so you're able to go and read them for yourself. For the last time, let's click into a character and see a short little biography about them. I have a few more mock-ups that I made, so I want to show them off, but I'm going to keep talking, so they're just going to be on screen. I want to try and figure out a way to implement the Meet the Team videos, but there was just nowhere natural I could think of to add them in. Each class could hypothetically have their video link on their page, but then we would need to go and find a spot for the Meet the Sandwich, expiration date, and all the different fun trailers that have been put out for the game, and I just didn't want to get into that right now. In the end, I just wanted a way to view the character biographies in the game. Humans have this natural instinct to always be learning, and this is a way to help introduce a lot of people to the comics who don't read them, and if they are interested, then they can hop on over and read the comics for themselves. These character biographies can also give us more context to who these characters we are playing as are. They are very complicated people with very humorous backstories that I bet a lot of people would like to know. I just wish we were able to view these in game somehow. Some examples I can think of are people wondering who Marasmus is and what's his deal. What's the Abominomicon? Why does the Devil Man only have one eye? Why is there a giant floating eye that wants us dead? Why is there a headless, horseless headman that wants us dead? Why are there dead people that want us dead? All these questions could be answered if we were just given some context into who these characters are and what their motivations are. Anyways, this was a fun little experiment and I really enjoyed doing this. If you guys want to see me create more of these mockups, then just let me know in the comments below. And while you're down there, why not leave a like on this video? Here, I'll make you guys a deal. If we can get likes on this video, I will make a character bio for each character in the TF2 universe and release a video reading over each and every single one. So if you want to see that, then leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and join the Discord server as well. At 10,000 subscribers, I'll be making an hour-long video on the shortstop, so if you want to see that, then why not subscribe? Thanks for watching, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Peace.